Vsevolod SHUMKOV, and he, in the round of 32, won by a third round stoppage over the man from Zimbabwe. But there is ZEWDU Haymanot. It was an awesome result for the 19-year-old in the round of 32 after receiving a bye in the round of 64. Vsevolod SHUMKOV, by virtue of his seeding, receiving a bye in the round of 64 as well. But a third round stoppage over Mandlenkosi Madusenga of Zimbabwe, where he exploited the gap in experience. So the gloves of the 2023 World Championship bronze medalists checked. And we have a real disparity in terms of experience here. Will SHUMKOV be able to impose that from the outset?
Round one.
So we're underway. Action in the round of 16 in the men's 60-kilogram lightweight division between boxers from Ethiopia and Russia. The boxer wearing red is 19-year-old Haymanot ZEWDU, one of 5 in the Ethiopian boxing team. His opponent is one of the most decorated 3-round IBA boxers in the world. It's the tournament #2 seed, the man wearing blue, Vsevolod SHUMKOV, the reigning European champion, having taken gold at 60 kilograms in the edition in Belgrade last year. And at the most recent World Championships in Tashkent, he came away with a bronze medal on the global stage. Arcing right hand over the top. But I can only imagine that Haymanot ZEWDU's confidence must be through the roof after his epic victory in the round of 32. Lost the first round unanimously, and then found confidence, began to assert himself, and his opponent in front of him, the 7-1 professional and a man in his second consecutive World Championships, Mikaleli Ravalaka, began to fade rather rapidly, and ZEWDU took full advantage, sticking it on the man from Fiji and having his hand raised as a unanimous decision victor to progress through here to the round of 16 as he takes a good shot to the body from SHUMKOV. But he's progressed through to the round of 16 against one of the very best boxers in the world, the reigning European champion. And remember, the winner guarantees himself at least $10,000 US for progressing through to the quarterfinals. Good double left hand from SHUMKOV, body then head, and then an overarching right hand. ZEWDU going in search of the same shot. Left hook not too far away from SHUMKOV, and this is far more assertive from ZEWDU. It's almost as though he had to get used to the surroundings. Just 19 years of age, remember. Hasn't competed on a stage such as this before, but in his opening round, in the opening round of his round of 32 contest, it was right here in Ring B, and he spent so much time on the ropes and near the corners. But now his confidence seems to have surged. His belief strengthened as he lands another right hand over the top against SHUMKOV. Right hand success once again, and that is why experience is so valuable in elite sport in general, but in boxing in particular. He's just been hit by another siding left hook from SHUMKOV, as SHUMKOV bobbing and weaving in front of ZEWDU. ZEWDU competing with everything he can muster, takes another double left hand, hook to the body, then uppercut. And nice to see that respect between the two, because there is a significant gap in experience here. But Haymanot ZEWDU competing spiritedly against the reigning European champion. Some of the action from the opening round. I think it's the man in blue who has won the round without any question. But again, immense credit has to go in the direction of Haymanot ZEWDU, because the performance he's producing here is in complete contrast, almost night and day, to the first round of his round 32 appearance just a few days ago. So a clean sweep of the cards for Vsevolod SHUMKOV. 10-9 cards returned from all 5 scoring judges.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So moving to the second round. Haymanot Desalegn conceded the first unanimously. Vsevolod Shumkov takes the right hand over the top there. But this is the type of contest that global events can throw up. It's a bracket single elimination tournament, of course. There is seeding. Vsevolod Shumkov, the number 2 seed in the tournament. But by virtue of that victory in the round of 32, the World Championship debutant Haymanot Desalegn finding himself in against one of the best boxers in the world. And again, showing that the magnitude of the stage now holds no fears for him. Shumkov looking comfortable, takes a good right hand to the body there from Desalegn. And then just looking for the counter left hook off the back foot was Shumkov. So looking for a lead left hook of his own, and that's a really risky shot to throw against the boxer as rapid as Shumkov or ZEWDU. So rabbit punching is what the admonishment in the direction of Shumkov was about. Nice double left hand from Shumkov, hooking off the jab. And again, it's so good to see ZEWDU looking to present angles and use the space of the ring and not run for cover. Not suggesting that he was, but when there's a gap in experience of this type of, to this extent, sometimes the lesser experienced boxer can be a little overwhelmed by the reputation and the glistening accolades of the person they're sharing the ring with. But ZEWDU, while he's filled with respect, showing that he is here to compete. Right hand lead was a scoring shot as both men launched backhands at the same time, and ZEWDU's did get through. Nice jab from ZEWDU. What invaluable experience he is accruing here now. Counter right hand again, reverse 1-2, and keeping the attack going is ZEWDU. Shumkov just giving the sense that he's the man controlling the tenor and the terms of this contest. There's a scoring jab from ZEWDU, and then a counter right hand from Shumkov just disrupts the boxing stance of ZEWDU. He explodes out of a crouch with a left hook of his own, but then he's been put under such sustained pressure during that barrage that he's issued a count. I think he's a little bit unlucky there, because he was firing back. He wasn't getting the better of the exchange, but he was certainly in the exchange. And again, wonderful to see that respect being shown to Haymanot Desalegn by the tournament number 2 seed. Some of the action from the second round. And from Shumkov's point of view, I think he's been unduly troubled. And these boxers so competitive and see one another so often that when you're in with a new opponent, as we see a clean sweep of the cards, 10-8 in favor of Shumkov. Remember, 10-9 is for a close round, 10-8 for a clear winner, 10-7 for total domination. I think it was a clear round for Shumkov. Denis Lebedev in attendance, former cruiserweight champion of the world, supporting his compatriot.
Your third and final round.
So is there too much moisture on the face and body of ZEWDU? Quick sprint back up the steps for the corner man to address it. So sent out with words of encouragement ringing in his ears, and that is why Haymanot Desalegn has sprinted back to center ring. He's conceded both of the rounds unanimously. Overhand right attempted by ZEWDU. Joshua Boatsi, the 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, has been in attendance here at Dubai. And he was sharing recently his experience of facing off against Julio Cesar La Cruz, who's here as the #1 seeded heavyweight. But back in the 2015 World Championships, when Josh Buatsi was still seeking to secure his Olympic qualification, he was drawn against Julio Cesar La Cruz, who wasn't yet Olympic champion, of course, but he was already en route to his 3rd world title. I was ringside in Baku, Azerbaijan in 2011 to see him at what became his 1st world championship triumph. He's now contesting another for #6 here. And Joshua Buatsi said that he felt at that time Julio Cesar La Cruz was the best in the world. And it's a sentiment that was widely held because you simply couldn't touch him. But Joshua Buatsi did manage to touch him, and he decked him during the course of the contest, would go on to drop a points decision. And even though Joshua Buatsi was more experienced than Haymanot Desalegn, Haymanot Desalegn here sharing the ring with one of the very best in the world, because the point Josh Buatsi was making is how much he improved from that experience. And so will Haymanot Desalegn be able to take similar inspiration and confidence from the fact that he's sharing the ring with the reigning European champion and the 2023 World Championship bronze medalist? He's taken a good left hook to the body, and those are the shots that have crumpled many an opponent. Certainly felt the effects of it, but he's staying in there and continuing to compete, and that's why SHUMKOV was showing him such respect at the end of the 2 completed rounds, because this is one tough individual, and he'll be able to add to his skills and improve his experience level and his ring craft. But he's got that fighting spirit and innate toughness within him, and that is something that cannot be taught. So Haymanot Desalegn gaining an education that money can't buy here, because he's still in there pitching, still in there competing, believing that he can summon a shot to bring about a finish, because that is what he needs for my money. Lost the 1st round unanimously 10-9, the 2nd 10-8 across the board, and there's another left hand. It causes Desalegn to drop his elbows. He certainly felt that shot, but there he is coming back with a pecking, poking right hand. His body, his expression hasn't changed, just got on his bike to ensure that he wasn't hit on the same spot once again. But a creditable performance from Haymanot Desalegn, because it was anything but a survival mission. He went in there, he competed with everything that he has within his armory at this point in his career. Just 19 years of age, going in against the reigning European champion and the tournament #2 seed. And I think that he will grow immensely from this experience. Don't think there's any doubt about the winner. It will be Vsevolod SHUMKOV going through to the quarter-final stage. But hats off to Haymanot Desalegn for the manner in which he has competed here at Dubai 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision, in the blue corner representing Russia, Vsevolod SHUMKOV.
Wonderful to see that respect and words of encouragement coming from Vsevolod SHUMKOV. Denis Lebedev approving applause from the stands here at the Dubai Tennis Center, and just stamping his place in center ring after a terrific stint at the 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships is Haymanot Desalegn of Ethiopia. He's been outpointed on a unanimous point decision verdict, but despite being hurt to the body in the final round, despite being outscored pretty comprehensively by the reigning European champion, he never stopped competing, never looked for a place to hide, and I hope that we will see Haymanot Desalegn in international competitions in years to come.
Ladies
but there is
and
the victor,
and
there is the approving applause of Denis Lebedev. It's Vsevolod SHUMKOV through to the quarterfinals.